Shout out to Doc. How you? Shalom, how you?
You got you doing? Oh, you live already?
Yeah, all right. Set it up.
You order support?
Yeah, gotcha.
That's why you see a lot of these guys separating themselves amongst each other. That's why the Lord is taking and passing that shit down, man. The Lord ain't with Sakari. The Lord ain't with ISBK. The Lord ain't with IUIC. He ain't with none of them damn bootleg camps, man.
Right.
A lot of those groups, man, a lot of them, you know, let's just be honest, a lot of them filthy lucre, you know, a lot of them, you know, once you go on the YouTube channel, they, you know, got cash apps and all of that, man, you know, so they can teach you something. You say what? Buy the truth and sell it not, man. See, I want to grab a quick precept here. This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 2. And I want to read verse 17 in the NLT, and it reads, "You see, we are not like the many hucksters who preach for personal profit. We preach the word of the Most High with sincerity and with Hamashiach's authority, knowing that the Most High is watching us." You see that? And I want to bring that out. You know, I want to bring that out there, man, because you know these guys, they're like hucksters, man. You know, just in it, just to, you know, sell onesies and hats and all that shit, man. That's not in the scriptures, man.
Going to that word for hucksters, it talks about someone who does things for show,
Yeah.
in order to get an audience.
And that's what these Israelites, they do, man. Shock value.
Yeah.
They clickbait, you know, the extravagant shows, the marches, bringing attention to yourselves. We don't got to do all that. We get the attention brought on us by the word.
Yeah.
The word. That's what brings attention. And the attention's not even coming to us. It's coming to the Most High. Because that's the whole point of what we're doing is to bring attention to the words of the Lord. To show you, as we've been mentioning throughout this whole lesson, it's all about prophecy. Prophecy, prophecy, prophecy. That's all that matters. Let's go back to that people. Yes, sir?
Yeah, this is Matthew 10 and 8. It reads, "Heal the sick, clean the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give."
That's right. Hey,
So, the man of the Lord, GMS, we out here, we freely give the true will and knowledge and understanding of the scripture, man. We ain't offering for no charity, no money, no nothing, man. The Most High give us this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding freely. So we pass it on and give it to the ones that want to hear, have eyes to see and want to hear. We give to you freely, man. We charge y'all nothing. We don't sell nothing. No gimmicks, no cons.
yeah. You know, the Most High gave us this truth, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. You know, so we're not out here selling breakdowns and all that shit, man, because the Lord ain't dealing with none of that, man. We can just come out here and teach the word, man. Present our bodies as a living sacrifice, and that's it. You know? Matter of fact, let me see.
Okay, this is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 1 and verse 20. And it reads, "Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation."
That's right. So if you can't understand the scriptures, man, I mean, the Most High just ain't dealing with you, man. See, there is no private interpretation of what the hell is written right here. It's either you get it or you don't. Period.
For the
In that text, like, it says, above all, you must realize that no prophecy in Scripture ever came from the prophet's own understanding. You know, so these things are all divinely inspired. You know, it's not of us. We're not speaking our own words, man.
Right.
This is all the Heavenly Father through His Son who's speaking through us. Man.
Which is why at the end of the day, any jank that's monetizing off of the word, you're really going up. What's that in Micah 3? It says, shall you rob the Most High?
Yeah.
That's really literally what you're doing.
Yeah.
All right? If you're making merchandise off of your teaching, you're literally robbing the Lord. Because like you said, this is not from us, this is from the Lord. Divine inspiration. All right?
verse 21, 2 Peter 1 and 21. "For the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man, but holy men of the Most High spake as they were moved by the Holy Spirit."
Right, and that's what happened. All right, the Spirit was put on these men, all right, to write these different books, all right, so that we in the last days can have these words, be able to go and break it down and make it plain upon tables for the believer in today's age, so that you know what to do in Shah Barakatah. The scripture not saying, Lord, Lord. No, they say, Lord, Lord. The Lord doesn't know you. So all that being known, you got to know how to walk in the spirit in that day, man. Which is why we're set up out here to teach you how to truly serve the Lord, all right, in truth and sincerity. All right? From there, now what's going to happen? Let's go to 2 Peter 3 and start at verse 3 and read down to 7. Let somebody else go 2 Ezra 2 and start at verse 8.
2 Peter 3, verse 2.
2 Peter 3.
This book of 2 Peter,
The book of 2 Peter chapter 3, and we'll start at verse 3 and it reads, Know this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lust, and saying, where's the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. This is the book, 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 3. Know this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust, and saying, where's the promise of his coming? Right. Well, that's what's going on with a lot of these quote-unquote Israelites and non-believers, man. All right, they hear us bringing out these scriptures, and they say, well, y'all been talking about this for all these years. Where is your so-called God at? You've been saying he's coming back, since going all the way back to the year 2000. Where is he at? All right? You got a lot of these guys that scoff against the apostles and elders because of the 2000 doctrines, but they wasn't actually going off for teaching that scripture. What the scripture y'all bring out on top? Yeah. And that's what we're doing today. That's why, Jake's been saying that for years. Y'all been talking about this prophecy coming to pass for years. Where is y'all God at? Well, we're telling you, the scriptures literally say, no man knows the day. But we're sitting out here to warn you when that day finally comes because we're fast approaching. Yahweh Shai is damn near here, man.
this is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 3. Fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
Spirit have that come back out. Because you people out here truly don't believe of the words of the Lord, man, but that's fine. We understand, as we just read that 2 Peter, it was confirmed. There's going to be a lot of non-believers out here. But that shouldn't shake up your faith, because if you have the eyesight, if you can see prophecy, then that means the Lord is dealing with you. He ain't dealing with everybody, man. That was never in the scriptures to say everybody's supposed to be able to accept the word for what it is, because that's not the case. Everybody wasn't blessed with the eyesight. Everybody wasn't given the eyes to see. So it's going to fall on a lot of deaf ears out here, but blessed be your eyes when they see, and your ears when they hear.
Man, we don't give a fuck, man. We got the truth, man, at the end of the day.
That's it.
That's why the scripture said, let not the incredulity. The incredulity goes back to what? Disbelief. Like the brother brought out of Peter's, the mockery, the scoffing. Okay, you don't believe it, that's on your stupid ass.
Hey,
right?
They have a saying in the world, pretty much, we're going to see. That's Jake's famous for that. We're going to see, So in that day, like I said, what's that, Joshua? Hey, you want to serve your idols and whatnot? Have it. But as for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. Okay, so in the end, we're going to find out who's right and who's wrong. Right.
Clearly, we know that this world is operating adverse to the ways of Yahweh Hashem Shai.
That's right.
What sense does it make to really get the fuck as to what these people think? They don't believe. They're gonna die.
Yeah, because like we mentioned earlier in the lesson, man, these people worship all these different things except for Yahweh Hashem Shai. The majority of Jake don't believe in the Lord because they got money. A lot of Jake have their own ambitions in life, and they don't want to hear the words from here. All right, they got ulterior motives, even in the truth. They don't believe in the Lord. But like I said, does that deter our policy for what it says? The answer is no. So what is something that I believe? We don't give a damn. All right? That's it. We're commanded to come out here and prophesy unto the wind. All right? So whoever the Spirit touches on, hey, we believe it. Since the apostles, first came on YouTube, even before there was a YouTube. when they first came on the highways and byways, they were prophesying. Nobody give a damn what their message was, man. And look how the wind has carried their words to where you got all these candidates springing up all over the world. All right? That shows you that, hey, these words are faithful and true. All right? So you want to use the 2000 doctrine as a means that you don't believe? Hey, so be it.
It's Luke chapter 17 and verse 22.
Because like we said earlier, everything is prophetic. Hey, the scoffers, you fulfilling your lot just like the prophets fulfilling their lot. All right, so everything is prophecy whether you believe it or not. Go ahead.
Luke 17 and 22. And he said unto the disciples, the days will come when you shall desire to see one of the days of the Son of Man.
Right, it's the year 2000. That's what was being spoken. All right, that our people really thought the Lord was coming back during that year.
Hey, and when 2000 came, like we said before, hey, Jake be trying to front, but when 2000 came, everybody thought the world was going in.
Yeah.
The Y2K, all of that.
And then we had 2012 also. You know,
Hawaii.
yeah, but 2012, that was the end of the so-called Mayan calendar. So everybody was unsure how these things were going to take place afterwards. I remember that year, 2012, man. It was like it was, the countdown, midnight was happening. You had Jake was on Twitter, scared as hell.
Niggas was in church.
Yeah, niggas was.
Yeah.
I remember, bro. Everybody thought they was gonna die. People was on Twitter. That's when Twitter was hot. People was on Twitter confessing all types of shit, and they thought they was gonna die. Niggas was coming out the closet. Niggas was confessing they sin. Niggas was doing all types of shit. All right, but at the end of the day, they thought that was it.
Right.
Just like the apostles thought that was the year the Lord was gonna come
Exactly.
back.
So all you niggas that was talking shit about the 2000 doctrine, you full of shit, man. Everybody thought some shit was going to happen at that time. But as the prophecy said, read it one more time.
Luke 17 and 22. And he said unto the disciples, the days will come when you shall desire to see one of the days of the Son of Man.
Right, and that's what the spirit of the apostles was in. They thought that was the years.
Right, and what it shows you, that's spiritual because all throughout the New Testament was not the disciples asking Yahushua, will you now restore the kingdom of heaven unto the nation of Israel? And the question always got answered with no man knows the time. Yahushua don't even know when that hour is going to be. All he knows is whenever he's given that green light, he's coming back to get his, man.
Yeah, but the spirit was always on the discipleship to inquire when the kingdom of heaven was going to be finally established on the earth.
Right.
Is this the time, O Lord?
Right.
You know? Finish that.
He reads, and he said unto the disciples, the days will come when ye shall desire to see one of the days of the Son of Man, and ye shall not see it.
You should not see it. And that, so, honestly, to be real about it, them having that hope of that time, of the year 2000, that's just fulfilling that prophecy. It wasn't the time yet. You know?
So like I said, no situation that you can bring up as a means to try to disprove our faith can't be answered by scripture. Literally everything that you niggas try to come up against us with, you got a precept to come back to. Hebrews 4 and 12, man. All right? We're gonna cut you regardless, man. And guess what? This sword is sharp.
This is the book of Acts chapter 1 and verse 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom of Israel?
Right. So that was just a modern time, in today's time, Israel seeking out, the kingdom, man. All right?
Yeah, you see how I said kingdom of Israel, not to the whole world.
Exactly. Okay.
Verse 7. And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons,
Right.
which the Father had put in his own power.
Yeah,
But
I was trying to do
And that's the Trinity doctrine as well. The Father, of the Son, not one.
Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit was all one person. What did Yahushua know?
Exactly. So that's the Trinity right there. Yeah, they're not the same.
verse 8. But ye shall receive the power. After that, the Holy Spirit is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me, both in Jerusalem and in all Judea, and in Samaria, and unto the uttermost part of the earth.
Right, so wherever Israel is at, they're seeking, all right, the coming of the Lord Yahushua. All right, we're seeking the restoration of the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
So this is why the message that's going out is all the same message. no matter where the Israelites are, the true Israelites, the elect, no matter where they are in the world, it's the same message. Because like I said earlier, all right, if Yahushua was on the scene, what camp do you think he would be a part of? And like we said that with confidence that there would be great millstones. All right, it would be great millstones. Okay, under the, not under, he would be over the notice, but the whole message of the doctrine is centered around Yahushua himself. So yes, there is an order. There's one body of who the Spirit is coming from.
Yeah, Yahushua wouldn't just be by himself. I got something for you real quick. Just to add on about the how the prophets inquire when the kingdom will be established. This is 1 Peter. Somebody read this for me. 1 Peter chapter 1 and read verse 6 down to 10.
This is 1 Peter 1, verse 6. Wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptation.
Yeah, going through all the trials and the hell that we catching right now, man. Go ahead.
That the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire,
Yep.
might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahushua Mashiach.
Right, so we're going to be tried with fire for what? To the purification. Right, we're being purified, man, so that we can be made perfect, be made clean before the Lord, you know? Go ahead.
Verse 8. Whom having not seen ye love, in whom, though now ye see him not, yet believing, ye rejoice with joy unspeakable and full of glory.
Hey, that's the substance of faith. You know? Go ahead.
Receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your souls,
Keep going to point.
of which salvation the prophets have inquired and searched diligently.
See, it says of salvation, of which salvation the prophets have inquired and searched diligently, man. You see that? So the Spirit was always upon the prophets to seek out salvation when the kingdom was going to come, man. That word inquire goes out to seek out, beg, or crave. So that's always been a spirit, just going back to 2000.
And the bed goes back to prayer.
Right.
Because when you look at the true prophets, only the elected is truly seeking that out. When you listen to the message of these other Israelite camps, you don't really hear them proclaiming the kingdom of Israel,
Yes.
coming.
Exactly.
That's the difference between
Exactly.
Great Millstone and the rest of the other camps and the people that the affiliates that's teaching the same doctrine
Exactly.
as what we're teaching.
That's a great point because
No.
because a true believer in Yahweh Shema Shai is seeking the kingdom. They're not trying to stay here, man.
Yeah, we're not content.
Come on, man.
Like we said earlier, we're dead to this world. So while you got these niggas out here trying to forward themselves, because what's coming out, a lot of you fucking niggas out here, man, all right, you're trying to make a name for yourself, all right? It's beyond the doctrine. Because if you truly cared about the doctrine, you would just get in line, So that shows you that you're really trying to forward yourself, right? Instead of, you forwarding your how about shot. So, exactly. So, the main point as I'm driving home is that we're seeking the kingdom of Yahweh Shemel Shah. This is why we're continually telling our people to focus on prophecy, man. All right? Go ahead.
First Peter,
No, finish it
First
up.
Peter 1 and 10. Of which salvation the prophets have inquired and searched
And
diligently,
search diligently. Go ahead.
who prophesied of the grace that shall come unto you,
Go ahead.
searching what manner of time the spirit of Hamashiach, which was in them, did signify, when it testified beforehand the sufferings of Hamashiach and the glory that shall follow.
And what's the glory that's going to follow after this? Immortality, man. The change, salvation, the kingdom being established on earth. The throne of David, man. The elect, all right, being put back in the rightful rulership position.
That's another thing that you don't hear these other Israelite camps bring out. All right, the change, man. The immortality. All right, the whole thing about how we're going to be making. Niggas think they're perfect now. Oh, we're in the new covenant now. We got these niggas. No, bro. We seek
Because you can't have a new body without your Yahushua being there first. That's right. And that's the problem with a lot of you Jakes out here, man. You don't really understand the message of what Yahushua was bringing, and that he's told us to bring out to our people today. We must wait upon our Lord, man.
That's why it tells us in the book of 1 Corinthians, 15th chapter, in the 57th verse, that we give thanks to Hamashiach and who we're able to obtain that victory from. Right? Paraphrase.
Exactly.
You cannot get victory over this flesh without Yahushua. He is pivotal because, as the Old Testament has shown, we were not able to uphold our end of the bargain. But through Yahushua, we're able to do that. Exactly.
Yeah. This is the book of Colossians chapter 3, verse 12. Put on therefore as the elect of the Most High, holy and beloved, bowels of mercy, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, and long-suffering.
These are actionable steps that you are to exercise in your walk, right? Day in and day out, okay? Because these tenets are what allow you to grow in the faith. As it tells you in 2 Peter, the first chapter, it mentions other tenets that Peter listed to add unto your faith. For you to do these things, and you will never fail.
Out of quote, this is Isaiah 64 and 6. It says, "But we are all as an unclean thing, and all our righteousness are as filthy rags. We all do fade as a leaf, and our iniquities like the wind have taken us away." Essentially, just going into the brother's point, essentially we get significance in Yahushua HaMashiach coming down to the nation of Yasharahla with the elect first and foremost.
Just laying back my brothers, man. It's the commentary for Luke 17 and 22. It reads, "Now speaking to the disciples, Yahushua told them that when he left this earth, the days would come when Yahushua's disciples, both near and far off, would long for the Messiah's return." So like I said, both near, meaning in that current time, and the far off, meaning in the future time, the times that we're in right now. Right? So both disciples then and now would long for Yahushua's return. And that's what we're seeing taking place, specifically with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone.
This world does not want Lord Yahushua to come back. All right? And so everything that we've been talking about this whole lesson is showing you that the world, they don't want the Lord to come back. Because the main thing the Lord's going to bring back into the world is order. And we know Jacob is disorderly as hell, as we're seeing as of late.
Let's look at 2 Peter 3, verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation.
Right, because everything has a script. And it's going, and everything is abided by the script that the Lord has played out literally any and everything in the world. It's all being ordained by the Lord. Like it says in Matthew, all right, a sparrow is not even going to fall unless the Lord ordained it. So this is why we know that everything is taking place is from the house by outside, which is why we're just patiently abiding our time until the Lord, begins to let prophecy unfold. And what's coming out, and a lot of you Jake, you're losing patience. You're getting tired of waiting.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse 29. After these years shall my son Mashiach die, and all men that have life.
Okay, speaking of when Yahushua was on the scene 2,000 years ago, right? He fulfilled his cross, right? And after that, we still had the believers that were living, right? Verse 30. And the world shall be turned into the old silence 7 days, like as in the former judgments, so that no man shall remain. Okay? And that's what happened. Our fathers fell asleep. All right? We fell away. Right? And pretty much until this point in time, right, as you read in Revelation 11 and 11, Israel was dead. Right? Until that breath entered back into us. Verse 31, right quick. And after 7 days, the world that yet awaketh not shall be raised up, and that shall die that is corrupt. So again, after that 7 days, a complete period of time, right, Israel will get that breath back, okay, which is the time that we're in right now. But despite that, you still have a lot of our people that are doubting the prophecies. that are trying to refute the words of the prophets because of their impatience with the Lord's will. You know, everything is moving in its own accordance. You know, and Jake doesn't want to adhere to it.
This is in the 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 5. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High the heavens were old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water. 2 Peter 3 and verse 5. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water. Whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished.
Right, because you understand that if you look at the time of old, old, all right, what we call today flood behavior was taking place back then, all right, but this today's time in a far greater scale, all right. So what we're seeing is all this wickedness that's going on in the world is taking place. And Jake would rather it go from that and repent and come back and seek the Lord Yahweh outside. All right. So with all that being said, all right, if you have the eyes to see prophecy and you're able to receive these words, then continue to hold fast to these words, man, and grow.
Verse 7. But the heavens and the earth, which are now, by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment, and perdition of ungodly men.
Right, so just as the Lord destroyed the old world with the flood back then, all right, because of this great wickedness, what we're seeing today is that the Lord is allowing all this wickedness to take place so he can destroy this world all over again. Except this time, he's not going to destroy it by water, he's going to destroy it by fire. But as we see the strokes of judgment being a stroke as we speak, you know, the Lord is making moves. This is why you're seeing people being puffed over with more pride. This is why you're seeing people becoming more wicked. Right? You're seeing the blasphemers becoming more, you know, outspoken in their displeasure and their unfaithfulness of the Yahweh, because the Lord wants these people to get built up to where they're so puffed up in their wickedness and their pride that the Lord, when he moves on them, they're going to be humbled greatly. Okay?
Also, he moves on his justified. That's why it's called
Hey, the scripture said in 2 Ezra that wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man.
Yeah.
So it's next level out here, man. That's why we see the current state of the planet Earth in the shape that it's in, man. Because the Lord's about to judge this shit.
This is a time where unbelief has been at an all-time high. All right, none of these people believe in the Lord, and that's why I'm really facing the so-called white man through Christianity. All right, because he has made the Bible, you know, pretty much seem like it's not real. All right.
Ezekiel chapter 12, and I start at verse 21. And it reads, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision failing?
Yeah. That's the spirit out here, man. That the days are prolonged, that the visions failing, the prophecies failing. What you're saying is true, but not in this time. That's the spirit of the majority of our people. I mean, I believe what you're saying, but not right now.
See, but our people are so dense because they don't see the word America in the Bible. But this is true, like you said, but it's not really in today's time. See what y'all doing? Y'all want to tie everything to America, but America's not actually written in the Bible. So when we read about Babylon, this is why niggas be like, well, Babylon is the Vatican. Babylon is everything but America.
Babylon was destroyed out of it.
That's why the Lord codified it and called it what? Mystery Babylon. It's a mystery.
Virgin daughter Babylon.
There you go, virgin daughter Babylon. And guess who has been made privy to the mysteries? The elect.
Exactly.
Everybody wasn't made privy to the mysteries. Amos, what, 3 and 7?
Yeah, because
This is the kingdom of heaven.
Yep.
Built unto you.
because like you said, if you're looking for the coming of Yahweh Shai, that means you will be discerning prophecy, you'll be decoding the mysteries to determine the time period that we're at and where is prophecy at this point in time, and how far are we from getting the kingdom of heaven?
Yeah.
We will see we are dangerously close.
Yeah.
The Lord gave you at least an understanding across the world that we're at the end. Everybody knows that we're at the end.
Exactly.
You know?
But that's what we brought out earlier. The children of the night are wiser than the children of the day. These damn heathen, they know this over. They see this shit is done. But it's just you 2/3 niggas, you Negro Latino Native Americans, are in a state of complacency where you can't see the end of the society.
Like the scripture you quoted earlier about the children of the night have become wiser than the children of the day, because you have a lot of these Edomites that start to put the pieces together. You had that one trend that happened a couple months ago where we like, why does it feel like this is ancient Rome? I can see Babylon the Great. So if the Edomites can see it, why can't the Jakes see it? But our people are too dense, man. They're on a very low base level because, like you said earlier, they're too self-consumed with the cares of this life. It really is them worshiping themselves, man.
Yeah.
They're trying to forward themselves, even amongst the circumcision. Self-absorption is one of the major traits that they learn from the so-called white man. All right, but as we're bringing out these policies, if you can see it, then hey, let's go you. All right, let me get that second.
Second Ezra chapter 2. Second Ezra chapter 2 and verse 8. Woe be unto thee, Asher, thou that hidest on the unrighteous, that hidest the unrighteous in thee.
Right, so when it says Asher is just another word for Assyria. A lot of things in the Bible is spelled different, but that's still that Assyria that's written about, in the so-called, Old and New Testament. But Assur or Assyria is a code name for Babylon. All right, like you have Assyria is a code name, all right, Egypt is a code name, South Africa, these are code names for America. Can you get it again?
Second Ezra chapter 2 and verse 8. Woe be unto thee, Asher, Assyria, thou that hidest the unrighteous in thee.
Right, and now what's the unrighteous that they're hiding in America? All right, how they made sin glorious here. All right, how they're forwarding, all right, anything outside of the ways that Yahweh by Sheen Al Shah deemed as righteous. All right, as it says, woe to them that call evil good and good evil. Amen.
O thou wicked people, remember what I did unto Sodom and Gomorrah, whose land lieth in clods of pitch and heaps of ashes.
Right, which is why we read in that Romans, all right, the things that are written before time were written for our learners. So the question that you asked, okay, what did the Lord do to Sodom and Gomorrah? And why? Okay, you can ask real quick, second Peter 2:6, I would say.
This is 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 6. It says, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that should live, unto those that after should live ungodly.
Right, so the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because of the ungodly acts that was being done in Sodom and Gomorrah and those neighboring three cities, right? And what was those acts that was being done? Things such as sodomy. All right. Now, when you look up what sodomy really goes back to, sodomy goes back to. Matter of fact, go to the etymology. It's burning in your lust. When you go into the etymology of the word sodomy, it actually goes into a demoralization. And when you look up demoralization,
Sodomy in the online dictionary. It reads unnatural sexual relations. It says such as those customs imputed to the inhabitants of biblical Sodom.
because when you go into it, yeah, we know that these nasty niggas in Sodom and Gomorrah was doing detestable acts, but the act of sodomy, is just a broad, one of the broad examples of the ungodliness that was taking place in Sodom and Gomorrah.
It's degeneracy. It's decadent. It's basically decadence, man.
Yeah.
Because just like what was going on back during that time, it's the same thing that's going on here. You got niggas marrying animals and trees and shit, having sex with animals, same-sex, transformism, pedophilia. You see now they're trying to normalize pedophilia as a sexual orientation.
And you dumb niggas, they did it with that Kendrick Lamar song, man. It went over y'all head.
Oh yeah. He made
it where
he made the
just
pedo word acceptable to hear in natural settings.
Yeah, you got kids
So
singing that shit.
so now that's been swept under the nose of the people. Pretty much, you got these damn activists fighting to pretty much normalize having pedos in society. So now what you've been seeing, all right, the LGBTQ and the alphabet niggas, they have now made it to where the P's are part of the group now.
Right.
So when you're an ally of the alphabet people, now you're saying that being a pedo is acceptable. And so you had recently come out, there was a pedo that he got caught trying to capture a kid, and the police let him off.
Yeah. But even with that Kendrick Lamar song, man, that was nothing but a humiliation ritual with Drake. But then he's basically calling him a pedo, and he ain't get no legal accusations or nothing happened to him because at the end of the day, they normalized it when he did it.
Yeah, it all started back when Obama was in office, man.
Yeah.
When he legalized the shit in all 50 states, that was the beginning of all of that shit.
That's the whole plan from the get-go.
Right.
All right, the civil rights paved the way for the nasty niggas. That was the back of it, which led to the BLM, which was allowing them to step out. Now the trans lives matter, now the nasty niggas matter. You know, which it was all the front when you go into the pretty much the beginning of it, all for the nasty pedo niggas to step out to the forefront to be normalized. Yeah. Because a large part of Satanism takes place with sex magic. Yeah. And a big tenet in sex magic is sodomy, which is why the Hamites, they have the eye of horse, which is the anal. It's an asshole, yeah? Okay? So going back to Sodom and Gomorrah, all right?
This is the word for Sodom, Sodom. It says Sodom, which appeared to have been degenerate. It says furnish an image of degenerate condition. Judges of Sodom mean unjust judges of corrupt morals.
Right, because sodomy isn't just when you run up a man to another man. So any intercourse with the law and direction, whether it's a man or woman, that's sodomy. It's demoralizing the person. All right. Now, when you look up this word demoralizing,
It's even in the law. Even that's in Esau's penal code. You know, you commit an act of sodomy.
Boy, it used to be, but they don't push that now. You know, like we said, the old medical handbook used to say that moles were actually a medical disorder. You know, but what happened was these damn elites, as they began to take over the whole health system, they were paying off doctors to change that up to where now that was accepted.
So demoralize in the online dictionary reads to corrupt or undermine the morals of, to remove morals. It says to lower the morale, to deprive of courage and confidence, to throw into confusion.
And that's what ultimately what Sodom and Gomorrah was for. All right? And during that period where all them niggas was doing that nasty shit, it opened the door to pretty much, hey, once you allow that act of sodomy to take place, once you allow Moses and everybody to start running wild, that's when you start to see the demoralization go to a new level to where not everything's a go. That's why, you know, brothers made mention of this years ago, or months ago, that once a man or woman takes part of homosexuality, that's the biggest form of Satanism. Because now there's no door that you won't enter into now. All acts of Satanism has been made accessible to you.
Yeah, once a society has no boundaries, that society is bound to collapse.
Yeah, because when you understand why Esau is pushing this alphabet agenda so hard, because once the line between men and women has become blurred, people don't know, what's a man and what's a woman anymore. Now everything's questioned. Yeah. Now nobody knows how to truly walk, which is what he wanted.
That's confusion.
Yeah. Right.
And that shows you this is not the Babylon the Great again. Nothing but confusion going on.
So as we went into earlier, dealing with the witnesses coming to the stand, the Lord has built up a case against this man, and as we're bringing out all the tenets of what Esau has done throughout the years, this man, like I said, he's trying to whack the witness, man, because he knows he's guilty. He knows that he's found guilty of every literal law that he's broken. All right. Right.
Alright, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 14.
And this chapter is dealing with what? Egypt, spiritual Egypt, America. Go ahead.
Verse 14, the Lord has mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof.
The Lord has mingled a perverse spirit in the midst of this place. It's a sick and corrupt spirit that's on these people in this society. Go ahead.
Got the word perverse.
Go ahead, give me
The
that.
word perverse, it goes to distorting, perverting.
Yeah, distorted. There's no boundary. There's no it's like a blur in the line, so to speak.
There is no clear-cut
Yes.
answer for anything. This is why everything is being questioned.
Yeah.
You got questions out there. Is water wet? Is 2 + 2 really equal 4? There's no definite answer to anything. That's why when you get to a point where niggas question is God real, this shows you this society's done.
I got that word for
No time up until here had to where these people question God. God is a man-made concept. This is the shit the niggas are saying now.
Now, in distorting, looking that up, it says pull or twist out of shape, give a misleading and false account.
That's what's being done.
This is the book of Isaiah 19:14. The Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof.
Right. And these people are in the spirit of error. Go ahead.
As a drunken man staggereth in his body.
Right. So as a drunken man that's staggering up in his bondage, so that spirit of error, when you look it up, goes back to spiritual intoxication, and that's what's forwarded here through the laws and legislation, man.
Right. Which
You know?
is why, as Israelites, all right, you're supposed to come back into your room, which is the scriptures, all right, to bring order unto your life. Because when you start trying to take tenets from all these different religions, because that's what Jake do. All right, once they get out under Christianity,
Right.
they start looking throughout these different these other ways of life, and they'll take what makes sense to them and start adding it together like a big ass pot of gumbo, and they end up worse than they were before.
It's a pot of confusion.
Yeah, which is why Babylon is known as what? Great melting pot. That's what they have done. Is took all the courses, all these different religions and thought processes, and all blended it here together.
That's why they have these international houses of worship out here. You know, they're replacing the actual Christian churches. And they're putting up these worship houses where any religion, any denomination, any belief system can come and pray as their God.
Right. Scripture tell you there's only one God on the heaven. All right, and that one God is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. That's right. The Father Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai. Those are the true powers.
I got something real quick. This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14. I started verse 11, read down to 12. Because what priest is going into all this these filthy acts, all this shit go back to idols.
Right.
And it says, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14, verse 11. It says, therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles, there should be a visitation. Because of the creature of Yahweh, they are become an abomination and stumbling blocks to the souls of men, and a snare to the feet of the unwise.
Right, which is why I said earlier. All right, Jake is into all these different shit. They don't realize that hey, you're being taught on how to worship Satan. Because really, all these different nations they worship Satan in their own ways, but it's guys that these different idols.
Yeah, them idols that Jake worshipped in the past came with certain practices.
Yep.
And within those practices, Jake had to what? Dehumanize himself.
Yeah. Child sacrifice.
Popping each other.
Yep. Popping a little boy in the
Sharing your woman.
Yep.
All right. Sex in the temple and all that type of shit. You know?
Is that not what's going on in Hollywood now, right
That's
now?
going on in your average every day.
that's hot.
Niggas having swinger parties.
Yeah.
You know, motherfuckers is committing adultery on each other.
Yep.
Like I said, niggas sharing girlfriends or wives or whatnot, man.
Yeah. That's what them Canaanites was doing. That's why Joshua had to go in there and conquer the Holy Land, man. Had to get them wicked ass Hamites out the land because that's the type of shit that we're doing.
Yeah.
You know?
Nah, keep going.
And Jake is fully involved in that stuff now.
Real diabolical shit, man.
You niggas having orgies and threesomes and shit. All types of wild shit, man.
Popping animals.
Running trains, all that, you know? All that shit go all the way back to that shit. The Egyptology.
No sacrifice.
They say, just look up, you know, the different practices of worship of Ishtar, Molech, the Lord. These are all different things that they have to do to worship this God. You wearing something that's small where Jake might not think of you wearing women's clothes and women wearing men's clothes. That goes back to idol worship. You know?
That's why the Lord put it in the law not to do those things.
Everything the Lord has said, it has a reason behind it.
Yeah. 'Cause those are all heathenistic practices.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Verse 12. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14, verse 12. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication.
Spiritual fornication. All right, you sin against your power.
And it says, in the invention of them, the corruption of life.
Yeah, which the sons of God fell.
Yeah, right.
You know, they had the divine way, but they chose to worship the ways of the heathen.
Right, which God introduced them to us, all right, through the serpent, presented this knowledge to Eve. All right, because when we began to take part in the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil, that's when that's when the sons of God, started with the Adamites, the sons of the elect, that seed line, pretty much began to mingle themselves amongst the different heathenistic countries. All right, being introduced to other ways outside of the divine way, which is the moral law. They had the same things that we have today. It wasn't written on stone yet. But they had the divine way already back then.
Jake is still involved in that spiritual fornication to this day.
This is, I had a definition of Satanism, and then I also had a song. Definition of Satanism from the Free Dictionary says, the worship of Satan or the powers of evil. It says a travesty of Christian rites in which Satan is worshipped. Now, when you look up the definition of travesty, it says debased or grotesque likeness. And then it says
dehumanizing of the people. Yeah. That's bringing you into Satan, because when you go into the left hand, the more defiled and nasty you get, the more power you get from the left hand. That's why when you get a lot of like I say, it's things that you don't really think about that's, a big deal, but it goes a long way. Like, you got these magicians like David Blaine, Chris Angel. When you get into the things they do to access that power, they do a lot of basic nasty shit to themselves, man. All right, sleeping in a bed full of fucking unclean animals, drinking blood, things like that. That's how you get that power, man.
Right. And it said Christian rights, which we know there's no such thing as a Christian. It's just the Israelite tenets. But when you go into rights, those are customs. So in turn, it's saying that basically you're defiling yourself by turning away from the customs of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and therefore you're practicing Satanism.
That word right, that R-I-T-E?
R-I-T-E.
Yeah, so in other words, the right is ritual. Because the customs that we were given, these are rituals that we would do to show our reverence to our power, such as sin sacrifice, such as the obedience to our power by doing certain things the Lord told us to do. All right, so when you take yourself out of that and put yourself in the ways of the heathen, now you start to do satanic sacrifices to give people freedom to you worshiping the other gods, which opens you up to all manners of shit, man. Okay?
Psalms 106 and 34. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom Yahweh commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Okay, and to this day, these idols are a snare unto you Israelites, man. Okay? You're steering clear from your path of success and prosperity by dealing with these idols, man. Verse 37, yet they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils, and they shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan.
That's what Jake was doing. Sacrificing their children, popping each other, drinking blood, eating feces,
This has been made cool under the guise of this damn devil, all right? Well, some of it isn't being done to the Supreme Court, but then when you go behind closed doors, all right, it's Jay actually doing this shit, man. So this is why we say, man, you gotta fully detach from this world, man. All right, and come back into the spirit of the Lord. Which we do that by seeking Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Like you said, seek the kingdom of heaven, and all things shall be added unto you. If you're not solely seeking the kingdom of heaven, you can be distracted by these different things, which they can get sidetracked and begin to take part in things.
Goes on to say, verse 38, the latter. It says, and the land was polluted with blood. Thus were they defiled with their own works, and went a-whoring with their own inventions.
Right, and then when you look at the history, this is why eventually Jacob was spewed out of the land. Because the continual defiling of the Lord's ways, man. All right, and so Jacob themselves are defiled with blood, but they defiled the land with blood as well.
They exhausted the grace
Exactly.
of the Lord, all the sacrifices. That's why the scriptures speak about in Isaiah, the first chapter, right? How much longer shall you be stricken, roughly paraphrasing? Because it was like, damn, you know, Israel would go off and the Lord would have mercy. And then they would put up these sacrifices, you know, to make amends with our power. And it's like, what the fuck are we doing?
You guys see the Voyager,
Just
guys?
rinse, wash, repeat. Look at this, man.
Especially like in the book of Judges, the Lord set up different judges. One that passed away, and they go right back into the cycle of wickedness.
You know, like I said, this is why the time that we're in is so important, because the Lord, through Yahweh Shai, have re-extended the grace. Okay, he opened the door and mercy back to us, where we have now been given a chance to get it right again.
It superseded the Levitical priesthood.
Right.
This priesthood that we have,
First Peter 4:1.
because the priest that we have now is in the heavens. We have a perfect high priest under the order of Melchizedek, where now we have that grace through him. Okay? Because under the Levitical priesthood, were we able to get those things correct? No. But through Yahweh Shai, we can. That's where that grace is coming from, as the brother priest had made mention.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, and start at the top, verse 1. And it reads, "For as much then as Mashiach hath suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind, for he hath suffered in the flesh, have ceased from sin." 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 2, "that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of God."
Right. Like I mentioned, we have now been afforded the opportunity of grace and mercy again through Yahweh Shai's sacrifice. So he bore the sins of Israel, starting with the elect, all right, to allow us to pretty much come back unto the Most High. All right, but that didn't happen until he gave us the life on the cross. All right, so this is why his sacrifice is pretty much is to be regarded as something heavy. Jake undermines that. Man. Okay?
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 3.
That's the reason why we have grace.
For the time past of our life, many suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles when we walk in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banqueting, and abominable idolatry.
Right, but as you mentioned earlier, you got a good majority of our people, all right, whose minds are captivated by the prince of the power of the air. So, just as we at one point, we weren't, into this world, doing all manner of wickedness. All right, we committed adultery. All right, whether it was spiritual or physical. All right, we were doing things that the Lord found upon. But Scripture tell you, He wicked our ignorance because we weren't in the know. All right, so when we heard the word, we were then, brought into remembrance to let us know, look, the Lord's not wicked. That's why we repented. We understood the consequences if we continue to walk in that way. What will happen to us? That's right.
First Peter chapter 4, verse 4, wherein you think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you.
Right. So this is why, like Brother Atala mentioned earlier, I found out a multitude to do evil. This is why we're not taking part in none of these dumbass marches and whatnot. We're seeing all these Israelite camps starting to do, man. Because what's that slogan? You're not doing nothing, but like I said, you're bringing attention to yourselves. All right? IUIC, now you got Sakari marching. What is that doing? How is that forwarding Yahweh Shai's message? Where can you tell me in the scriptures the Lord commanded us to march outside of the account of Jericho? Okay? So because we're not joining them and doing the things that they're doing, we're talked about in the light of we're just doing lip service. We're not doing anything to forward the word of the Lord, but actually we are. We're actually doing the most because we're making the attention be drawn to prophecy.
It's 1 Peter 4:4 in the NLT. Of course, your former friends are surprised when you no longer plunge into the flood of wild and destructive things that they do.
Right. We ain't getting the club. We ain't in the club no more. All right. Brothers that was participating in these orgies, have a twosome or threesome, or foursome and whatnot. We ain't messing with that no more. We ain't doing the nigga shit that we used to be a part of in the world, man. We have since been reformed. We're changed. Go ahead.
So they slander you.
Yeah, they talk shit, man. All you do is talk about this Bible now, man. You know, everything you tell me, it's only gotta be a Bible verse behind it. Yes, because we're no longer the same. We're renewed in the spirit. Right?
We live according to the words. How about you, Melashire?
We have been washed.
You made mention about the marches and all that. Basically, the gimmicks. All right, give me the definition of gimmick real quick. This is what you see. So people on the outside that don't really know nothing, you'll hear them say, well, yeah, see, these are the guys that's doing something. By what? Fucking marching? What is that doing? Just drawing attention to themselves? You know? Come on, man.
The word gimmick, it says a trick or device intended to attract attention.
That's what it's all about. It's a marketing scheme.
Yeah, it says publicity or business.
Yes, it's a way to pub their organization, man.
Yeah, because hey, you best believe the heads of these different camps, they're licking off of their congregation, man.
Yes.
Because hey, all they gotta do is life coach. You know, they can make up some bullshit. Well, hey, the camera got destroyed. You believers out there that support the cause, sending this money to do camera while they're recording on camera. You know, different things. Like you said, it's to put money in the head people's pockets.
Yeah.
Bunch of worldly shit that pretty much don't pertain to salvation.
That's it, I guess.
And then, real quick, like you said, that when you look at Edamon, it says that gimmick goes back. It says anagram of magic. That's sorcery.
It's the same gimmick in the Free Dictionary. It says an innovative idea or stratagem that is used to attract attention to a business but has little or no intrinsic value. It says
That's it.
a device employed to cheat, deceive, or trick, especially a mechanism for the secret and dishonest control of a gambling apparatus.
If I can make an example to show you how the marchers don't do shit, you had with the Nation of Islam years ago with that Million Man March, all the niggas that marched, that got up in D.C., what did that change? What did that do? That's a million Jake that came together to support fucking Islam.
All you heard was hard model shooters walking up and down the street.
So if a million Jake came together and did nothing, what is a couple of hundred Israelites walking up the street?
That's just a million niggas getting exercise.
Getting a good sword.
That's probably the most any of the niggas walk in their life done that shit.
And they made you wear suits.
That's the most walking niggas ever did, right?
Niggas had bean pipe shit for the
Yeah,
crowd.
in the car and shit.
I got something real quick. John chapter 12, verse 43. For they love the praise of men than more than the praise of the Most High.
And that's what that is.
That's all it is.
Hey, Sakari, IUIC, y'all doing a good thing, man.
Sell
All
the
the comments
bomb,
we
brothers.
seeing
I
on the comment board in the videos, man. Hey, y'all actually making a difference. Niggas are walking.
Wow, what are they doing?
The Hebrew Israelite food drive, niggas giving out turkeys and shit, gifts. They don't do nothing, man.
How is that for the prophecy?
Yeah, that nigga still ate that turkey and ate a damn fucking baconator yesterday.
Hey, the true charity is what? Sharing the word, man, pushing the word.
Giving, what it say? Can somebody give me that?
Give.
Give
some props.
Yeah, I forget how it works.
With this, right?
I think so.
Whether you prophesy.
Like the elder said, man, that's the highest form of charity. We can give somebody. Because like, you have, when we get on that fucking nigga Anti-Daniel, all right, you can have all the money in the world. You can give away all this money. But then, what is that really doing for our people? How is that changing our people? Because I tell you, riches are coming to a nigga all day. You know, so money doesn't do anything but make a nigga a bigger nigga.
That's it. And plus, we fighting for a world where all our people gonna be rich.
Yes.
You know, not just a few Jake sprinkle here and there. We're talking about the whole nation being back as the rightful rulers of planet Earth, man.
That's right.
Selfless.
How many say we rich now, man? See that by having this true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
That's right.
And truthful, we really are the richest people on the planet. That's right. We want to go there with it. Because this wisdom does not say that it's more precious than rubies.
Right.
Speak about how people think it's more precious than the gold of Oprah.
Right.
So is it the money that we have in our bank account, or is it the wisdom that we possess in Yahweh God?
Money's going to shit anyway. Right. It's all circling the drain, man. Right? So your money, like saying it again, just because you got money doesn't mean that you're not a part of the elect. But your money is not going to save you. Because, question, what is the prophecy that's going to happen with the money? It's going to disappear, right? Because hey, even when you look at it from an economical standpoint, paper money has never sustained itself over a long period of time. It's been tried multiple times all throughout history. Every time it failed.
It's not ancient Rome all over again. What happened to the denarius?
Exactly.
They started to devalue the currency.
It happened also in times outside of Rome as well. It always failed. Okay? Because having dollars does not equate to true riches. True riches is having substance. And like I said, what made Abraham a rich man? Because he had substance. He had cattle. He had servants. He had land. That's true riches. But right now, the true riches is the scriptures, man. If you can have all that, that doesn't make you rich today. Because you still got to pay off, you got property tax, you got farmer's tax, you got to pay the white man for everything you got. So that's not true riches, man.
Romans 11:33, oh, the depth of the riches, both of the wisdom and knowledge of the Most High. How unsearchable are his judgments, and his ways past finding out. All right? So the true riches is really what? This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which is more precious than fine rubies. The scriptures say, man. More precious than fine gold, man.
Especially when you find out what you got to do to get these riches. It ain't worth it.
Right.
And many have to find themselves in the pursuit of this money.
Yeah, you see what the nigga woman doing? She going to Dubai to get pissed and shit on.
Dubai.
Porta potty.
Doodle chest.
Get doodle right in the mouth.
Hey, you niggas doing the same thing.
Exactly.
You go to Hollywood.
Hollywood, yep.
Oh, y'all fuck Birdman for the deal?
Yeah.
Yep.
Timber ball.
Yep, niggas getting shot in the face. I ain't talking about with a gun.
Niggas Hollywood babysitter.
Yeah. Literally.
Weirdo shit, man.
Yeah, because, hey, like you said, Sirach, the 10th chapter, man. All right, many have cast away their vows, man. They threw away their integrity for the bag, man.
Yeah.
The fact that you would literally sell your people out for the bag, man. You're worse than the devil. Because we expect the devil to do that, to undermine Jake. But you got known Jake that know they're Israelites, that are knowingly lying to their people, and they can put money in their pocket.
Yeah. That puts the emphasis on the quote, how they say, you do something strange for a little piece of change.
Yeah.
That's real. That's what them niggas do in the industry, man.
I got it right here. This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 9. Wise earth and ash is proud. There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man.
Right. Because when you understand, there's nothing, you having money is nothing to be proud of, Anton Daniel. Because at the end of the day, we know the riches come from the Most High. It's not the scripture tell you it's nothing for the Most High to make a poor man rich. So riches don't really, that's not nothing to boast in. Literally, I was listening to the elders in Dallas last night, they went into that. So it's actually a law that tells you you're not supposed to boast in the riches, because that dishonors the Lord. You know, so that cuts to anybody that's boasting about having money. Who cares? We know at the end of the day that money's going to end up disappearing anyway, right?
Yeah, richest profit, not in the day of wrath.
Why? Because they say they grow wings and fly away.
It says, for such one set of his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he cast away his vow.
Right, so a nigga will throw his integrity out the window for a bag. It ain't gotta be a big bag, because see, Jake think $1 million is a lot of money. And it is to a nigga that never had nothing. But we understand that million, look how many Jakes hit the lottery and still poor. And the taxes you gotta pay once you enter into that ain't shit. So at the end of the day, bro.
Like $1 million is like 100,000 right now.
Yeah,
Nothing.
real talk.
It's really, why you think all these rich niggas in America, why are these athletes, entertainers having to find sidekicks? Rappers playing video games to make money.
Yeah, you find out Hollywood, they weren't really making money in Hollywood like
And
that.
I found out that it's a witch that she's known in Hollywood. It's a black woman. I forget her name. But pretty much that bitch Natasha K was interviewing her, and she says a lot of these athletes, entertainers come to her and extend that back for her. She does certain spells, and that's how a lot of these niggas get their bread, man. So these niggas ain't balling like they're making it seem like that.
Talking about bags and holes, man. So all you individuals out there talking about, like, I got the bag. You may have a little bag, man, but at the end of the day, that bag is going right back out the door, man. And you got to either open up wider, right, or bend over further to get more money. Oh,
Peter 3 and
First Peter 4. Yeah, saw that.
So 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 1. For as much then as the Mashiach had suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind, for he that had suffered in the flesh had ceased from sin.
Start back over.
So 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 1.
Lot back in.
For as much as then Hamashiach had suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that had suffered in the flesh had ceased from sin.
Right, so when Yahweh Shai was on the scene, his one motive was to come here and do the Father's will. So everything that he was about was forward in the will of Yahweh. Same thing we're in today's time. Our mind is to forward the message of Yahweh Shai. All right, because we understand what Yahweh Shai went through to give us access back to do that. So to honor his sacrifice is why we out here doing what we're doing. It's day in, day out, pushing toward the word of the Lord. Okay?
That he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of the Most High. For the time past, our life may suffice us to have brought the will of the Gentiles when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you.
So coming into this new way of life, you're going to face major opposition. Family, old friends, when you're at work. People are going to be looking at how you carry yourself. They're going to question why you move like this. You know, why don't you do certain things? You know, why don't you, be a part of certain things? Why don't you go out and do? Because we see this world for what it really is. It's nasty. It's horrible. And we're fixated on being as pure as we can.
Verse 5. Who shall give account to him that is ready to judge the quick and the dead? For this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead.
Right, because we understand that the judgment, all right, for what's being done in this earth, all right, Yahweh Shai is going to divvy that out to every individual. So to make sure that we're looked at in the right light, all right, this is why we continually sending up these righteous sacrifices, all right, so that we're made clean in our spirit. All right?
For this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead, that they might be judged according to the men in the flesh, but give according to the Most High in the Spirit.
Right. You understand? But we have the martial arts, therefore we can't be judged as people in this world. But the thing is, this world, nobody really looks at what's being done as a problem. But we know in the eyes in the heavens, they have a judgment coming for these people in this world. So we're trying to get ourselves separated from the people so we don't suffer the same judgment that the world will receive.
So 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you.
But you understand that every day is a trial for your faith to see how much you believe Yahweh Shah. Because as we continue on this walk, different things that the Lord wants to get purged out of us, it's a test to see are you applying the wisdom to make your ways more straight. All right, so you're going to constantly be bombarded with demons. All right, the mind's going to be tested. You're going to face different elements, thorns, that you're going to constantly go to the Lord and ask him to move. But through His grace, we're able to pretty much maneuver. That's when you start learning, like Paul said, I know how to pretty much, I know how to act, when I'm down and when I'm up, down in the base,
Verse 13. But rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
Right, because when we see Yahushua like cracking the clouds, while the rest of the world is going to be fearful, we're going to be rejoicing because we know everything that we've done. We see it, but as soon as we see that chariot, that fathership, man, we're going to see everything that we've done wasn't done in vain. All right, well, you people out here wasting your lives away, when you see them clouds, or that chariot, you're going to think about all the opportunities you had to repent. And we understood that. We understood that, look, now is the time to get right. So we're seeking the kingdom of heaven so that when the Lord does return, all right, we have no thoughts of shoulda, coulda, woulda, nothing. We get everything, we let everything out. You know?
So back in 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer.
Right, the end of all things is at hand, which is why it's more imperative than ever to get your ways right with the Lord. Because Esau is continually demoralizing this place more and more to where shit that you never thought you would see or be pushed and made acceptable, he's doing it. This is why it's just better to be, too tough into the body. Because these people out here, man, you can only deal with them for so long. And the brother Isaiah said this while he was down here, man. When you are in the spirit, you see that when you're dealing with anybody outside the body, you're not really dealing with that person. You're dealing with the spirit that's on you. We don't want to be a part of it. We don't want to deal with that. So we rather just stay to ourselves. Yeah, I'm here.
Now 1 Peter 4 and verse 8. And above all things have fervent charity among yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins.
Right. Charity goes beyond just money. All right, now brothers in need, man, we get money, but hey, the fact that brothers are on YouTube making the lesson, that's another charity. Right? Brothers praying for one another, that's charity. Brothers, lending their ear. These are all charitable acts. Okay, so when we're doing this, we're making true to our calling like the Lord did, making himself a servant unto his disciples. No brother is above being charitable. I don't give a fuck who you are. Because we've seen that from our head apostles and others themselves, how charitable they are to their people. Because they know through the Spirit of the Lord, we are a part of their doings, man. All right, so the least they can do is repay, us, giving them the physical by continuing to feed us spiritually. When Jalen said that, like that's a bad thing. The whole double honors, situation that these niggas are so butthurt about. The definition we brought this up to check, just people that were good. Whole double honors thing.
Oh, yeah. Pretty much, we're saying that certain individuals saying that double honors doesn't really mean what it means. It means double payment. Guys never really go into that shit. And really, guys know what the double honors mean, man. We're supposed to give reverence to the age, to the elders, the ones that's been laboring. Hey, give me that scripture, Leviticus, by honoring the hoary head. Hey, you have the elders and apostles that labored in the doctrine. And you give them the reverence, you give them the credit. What credit is due. Give me that real quick. Because it was an ancient custom. It was an ancient custom to reverence the age, to respect the elders, if you will, like they used to say in the world. But you don't see that nowadays now. Right? Go ahead, brother.
Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 32. Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head and honor the face of the old man and fear thy power, I am Yahweh.
Right. So it was in the law to respect the elder.
Right.
See that? So these guys, like the priest was saying, these guys are butthurt about the whole, GMS thing and all of that, man. Look, at the end of the day, the doctrine that these guys are teaching, right? You learned it from the very elders that you don't want to give reference to. So the hypocrisy, the audacity of the niggas, man.
Here it is.
Right.
Our apostles and elders have been laboring from their youth.
Right.
You got video, and he's been laboring, head full of black hair, now they're up to age, all
Right.
gray. He gave you all this information that you are using to teach your doctrine with, which is really not your doctrine.
Right.
All right, but you refuse to give the honor that's so due.
Yes. So what does double payment mean? What does that mean?
Yeah,
The double honors don't mean double honors. It means double payment. So what does that mean? Double tithes, nigga?
But these the same niggas that say that hey, the apostles is getting all this money. They're storing the body, and they're just sitting up top getting all this money. So y'all some hypocrites.
Right. Guys just want to have something to argue and rebel about. That's why the Lord will deal with a lot of these guys.
They just trying to take the heat off me.
That's all it is, man.
If I may add, Juan had made mention of that saying in the world, you respect your elders. That set things in order amongst our people.
Yeah.
They would go to their elders and they would check in, right? And they would be affiliated with their elders. They would give them understanding of things and how to deal in life.
Yeah, because like you said, ancient custom were not the elders of the city, where they not, did people not go to them to seek the counsel? When certain matters had to be, handled and discussed, and then not go to the elders of the city to get that situation.
Exactly.
That's the same thing that's being done today, time. Even though we're not physically going up to New York and having counsel with them,
Yeah.
this is why the certain orders that are brought down. That's the outcome of different things that's being talked about.
Check in. That's one thing that Israel always would do. Whenever we would have a pilgrimage, we would go somewhere, and we had an Israelite brother that was out there, we check in with them.
What's so hard about that?
I got one. This first
They
Peter.
are like these niggas in the rap game. Go to a different city, you gotta check in. I ain't checking it nowhere. Nigga, I'm that nigga. I don't gotta do that. That's not Jay acting the truth, man.
I got one. This First Peter chapter 5, verse 5. Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yet all of you be subject unto one another. Be clothed with humility. For Yahweh resisteth the proud and giveth grace to the humble.
Right. The bottom line is order and structure within this body, man. Right? It ain't no just willy-willy do what the hell you want to do. That's what you niggas gonna find out. Right? The Lord is all about order and structure, man. He set up leadership, man. Right? He set up an order. Apostles, elders, bishops, heads, brothers on down, man.
That's the key word. The Lord set up the order. Jay acting like apostles just took it out upon themselves. They were ordained to be in that position.
Jay just want to have an excuse to not be in order. You niggas are ungovernable, man. That's why you're in the position that you're in.
Which, if you believe what's the first Corinthians 14:40 says.
1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 40. Let all things be done in decency and order.
Yeah, there's an order, man, regardless if you believe that or not. There's an order amongst the brotherhood, amongst the body. Right? That's why the scripture said it, how does it go? If they were of us, they would continue with us. But they weren't of us, and it's been manifest that they were not of us, roughly paraphrasing. Yep. It is what it is. Go ahead, brother.
Look 1 Timothy 5 and 17. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor.
Double honor, man. Matter of fact, go in the blue letter and get the word for honor.
A lot of you bug outs that got a problem with this order here, man, because like our priest mentioned, it was through the spirit and power of the Yahweh Shai for the apostles to bring this down, man. You see, but just like how the elder mentioned, Jake hates order. You see, and about this thing here, man, we are all about order. So how the audacity of you individuals using the apostles and their doctrine that you learned,
There you go.
right? But yet you won't listen to what the hell they're telling you, which is report is to the camp, man. Make that make sense. It doesn't. It doesn't. Because that video you did on that, bro, these niggas were so butthurt on that. And like I said, a lot of that was old Fallout niggas that got removed from GMS. I just thought that was funny.
You got the definition? Yeah, give me that real quick.
This is the definition of honor in the Strong Concordance, Strong G 5092. It says, Timei, definition 3, honor which belongs or is shown to one.
Yeah, honor which belongs and which shown to one. Anymore?
The honor which one has by reason of rank and state of office which he holds.
Ooh, see? You goofy niggas know what the scriptures mean, man. But you want to argue, talk about double honors don't mean what it means. Nigga, shut up, man. Right? Like that bug out that came on your comment board. You know? Talk about double, what do you say? Double payment or some shit like that? It's like the second or third time of me hearing that, man. What does that mean then, right?
But even when it says let things be done decently in order, when you look up that word order in the etymological line, it says a body or person living under a religious discipline. It says a position, a state, rule, regulation.
de verdad que ese precio está increíble. Regularmente no encuentras una
pretty much fall in line under. And when you put up against that and want to stay outside that order, what does that mean? You're being disordered.
Yeah, like Elder Yashawama said, he said it perfectly, man. Guys take order as being less of a man. You know, you coming up on order makes you less of a man, makes you a bitch or something.
No,
But you go to the work, you go to the job, and you take order from for the cracker that's in the head office. Or the nigga woman.
You know, you got a lot of you jakes that was in the military. You didn't have that same mentality to your sergeant or officer.
Oh, man.
You know, you had Jake that, like I said, the workforce, was on the sports team. All these different examples of you submitting yourself under another man's order. Yet when it comes to doing the truth, now you don't want to fall in line.
It means double payment. Nigga, shut up, man. Read it again.
The definition of honor in the Strong's Concordance and Strong's G5092 Timei.
Because like I said, you niggas know what it means. You just want to be rebels. And you can have it. Go ahead.
Definition 2, honor which belongs or is shown to one.
Exactly.
Subdefinition A, of the honor which one has by reason of rank.
By reason of rank. The apostleship, man. The heads. Go ahead.
And state of office which he holds.
Yeah, that's the man that you learn from, that you don't want to give reverence, that you don't want to fall under the orders of. That was it.
Just a little bit more. Subdefinition B, deference, reverence. When you look up this definition for deference, it says humble submission and respect. Okay? Which is what the brother had read in 1 Peter, the 5th chapter. Right? To submit yourselves to the elders. Right? In my Bible it said the duties of elders and etc. Right? Now, when you look up that definition for duty, it says in the Free Dictionary, moral obligation. So you're obligated to submit yourselves to the elders because that's the rank and file. That's the difference.
That's the structure the Lord set up.
Exactly. You didn't see the scriptures speak about believers trying to sidestep the authority of the apostles. Okay, so what's the difference now? If you believe in the doctrine, stick to the things that the doctrine says to do. Let things be done in decency and in order. The elders have rule over you. Submit yourselves to that rule.
Yeah, what about the 3 Jakes that tried to come against the order that the Lord set up with Moses? Was it Koa and what's the other 2?
Byron.
Nathan and Imoram. They came against the order, and what happened to them? They got whacked. Right?
And those that follow.
Because remember what they said, hey, the Lord dealing with us too. That same spirit.
That's right.
Who made you in charge?
Yeah, that
Right.
the example of the vagabond Jews, like the Jonah Ariella brought out. You hear about that one time, and then you don't hear about it no more throughout the scriptures.
Exactly.
It shows you their influence, man.
Give me that.
This book of Romans chapter 6 and verse 17. But the Most High be thanked that ye were the servants of sin, but ye have obeyed from the heart that form of doctrine which was delivered you.
But you have obeyed from the heart that form of doctrine which was delivered you. And where did that come from? From the apostles, man. All right? So Jake, cut out the bullshit, man, at the end of the day, man. Humble down, come under the order. And if you don't want to come under the order, hey, you got it, man.
Like you brought the bar. It really is, that was an order from the Apostle McCall. Stop giving double honors.
There you go.
It's that simple. Because at this point, you niggas are just saying that because you know, if you stop saying it, Drake gonna stop watching.
Yeah, that's it.
Because we can tell when one of the telltale signs show you somebody ain't right when they stop giving double honors. So when Jake starts peeping that you niggas not saying no more, you gonna lose all the followers that you so puffed up about, man.
You need to try to come up with an excuse about how you don't got to follow the apostles and shit, or whatever rebellious thoughts that you're gonna come with, man.
Because if you giving reference to somebody, then that means that you follow it. So that means you're supposed to listen to what's being told you. That's like I'm gonna choose the word example. Kobe, you had a lot of people that came to him for guidance on how to, be better. So he taught them different things to do, and they reverenced him. But then if they didn't use what he used to them, so that shows you they didn't reverence him. That's in today's time to where you were taught everything you knew by the apostles. Get the double honors will show you reverence them, but then when they tell you to check in, I ain't doing it.
Yeah, it's more than the saying. You know?
It's like a mantra to these guys out here. Y'all want a double honors, but you won't listen to a damn word.
Jake, no. That's the first thing people gonna hear. Oh, he ain't giving double honors no more. Oh, he's a bug out. Two now.
Exactly.
Two now.
It's 1 Thessalonians 5:12 in the NLT. Dear brothers and sisters, honor those who are your leaders in the Lord's work.
Honor those who are your leaders in the Lord's work.
It says they work hard among you and give you spiritual guidance. It says
So I can read it, talk a little louder.
so 1 Thessalonians 5:12. Dear brothers and sisters, honor those who are your leaders in the Lord's work. They work hard among you and give you spiritual guidance. Show them great respect and wholehearted love because of their work, and live peaceably with each other.
Show them great respect because we understand these men were set up to be watchers over our souls, man. All right, these men did labor for years, all right, to get us to the point to where everything that they do, they say is for the betterment of the body. So certain orders that are given out is given for our betterment.
And it's the same argument. I remember 8-9 years ago, you had the bug outs talking about you ain't supposed to worship the apostles, man. But that word worship, going back to reverence, man, we don't worship the apostles as Yahweh Bashim Shad, but you're supposed to give them the honor, the reverence. Right? Give me that definition real quick. There you go.
This is the definition of worship from the Zondervan Dictionary, Bible Dictionary. It says to honor. It says the honor, reverence, and homage paid to superior beings or powers, whether men, angels, or Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai.
There you go. So what are you guys talking about, man?
I gotta add to
You're
you.
supposed to give them reverence, honor.
That's what respect is. When you look at respect, etymology, this is the verb meaning of respect. It says to regard, to notice with special attention. It says the meaning treat with deferential esteem, regard with some degree of reverence.
Because the elders, the apostles, elders, and bishops are like our spiritual parents, man.
And then when you look up that word differential, it goes back to the word deference, and yielding an opinion, submission to the judgment of another.
Right.
Submit yourselves under the elders.
There you go. So double honors to the apostles and elders, nigga. All right? Cut it out, man.
That's not just the same.
Right.
Like, we literally are living that out.
Come on, man. Jake would have something to fight and argue about, man. But that shows you that it's a spirit on these guys.
You're unruly and undisciplined.
That's why I'm glad that the spirit is having the orders come down, because it's showing everybody who's who.
Yeah,
it's showing the true intention. It is
A lot of
good.
you jakes that acted like y'all was down, it's really showed y'all some assholes, man.
That's it.
Y'all were fronting the whole time, man.
But it shows how the Lord let everything be done in decency and order. We had these various things take place at the time we coming into it.
Yeah. God's trying to act like they didn't hear the orders, but when shit go down, don't be trying to find us.
Yeah.
You know?
I just said, he's setting them in order for
There you
for
go.
the eyes.
There you go. That's heavy. There you go. Psalms 50 and 21. Go ahead, brother.
It's the biblical commentary for 1 Thessalonians 5:12. It reads, leaders are recognized not by their title, but by their service. A title is fine, but only if the title is true, and if the title describes what that person really is before the Most High.
Scripture say you should know them by their fruits.
Right, because what's that, Hebrews 11:1? What's that, the elders have obtained it by good report?
Yeah.
Because if you didn't truly reverence the elders as being the true teachers of Israel, then why are you using the doctrine to break down
Exactly.
in your
There you go. And these same guys that don't want you to honor and reverence the apostles and the elders and the leadership, that you ain't got to follow them and all of that, but you want niggas to follow you, right? Make it make sense.
You have your own camps that you want people that are in your camp to follow your order, right? And how much more for the ones that copy your gospel?
Yeah.
Which is not true.
So if the elect are amongst all these other groups, they will eventually wake up and come out of that false doctrine that's being taught by the other groups. And I guess when they come out, they're supposed to follow you,
I was
right?
about to say that. Yeah, they will come to you.
That's really what they want to say.
What the scripture say? These guys want to keep followers to
Themselves. Acts 20 and 28.
Other people. So for you guys out there that just preaching, giving double honors to the elders and apostles, to the word that was speaking. Again, man, what does that say about
If a sincere believer that's a newborn babe walks up to you and says, you know, I hear you say double honor to the apostles of GMS. I know who that is, but who are these other like-minded elders that you speak of?
Because these guys that are elders in GMS that end up moving away or falling out or whatnot, like the one guy I think he was from London. It was like I used to be in Great Millstone. Pretty much, you know, I left because I seen there was stuff that I didn't agree with that was going on amongst men of Great Millstone. So that means that what? Because a few bad apples, you're going to discard the whole bunch?
When I promise you, we're never part of us anyway.
Right. And like I said, a lot of stuff that came out with you guys that left, you weren't right. Like I said, you weren't meant to be a part of the body.
Niggas act like offense is not gonna come, man. Things are gonna happen. Things ain't perfect, bro.
Well, the apostle disagreed with each other. How much more, less?
You know?
Pieces must be.
Hey, Peter questioned Yahweh Shai. You know, when he was telling him, look, I gotta, go on the cross, he was like, Lord, no. You don't gotta, he said, look, get behind me, Satan. That was the difference right there.
Hey, Yahweh Shai told Peter, you're going to deny me twice. He denied him 3 times. And he did. And he did. But Peter was still a man of the Lord, though.
Yeah, like you
he
said,
still continued in the faith.
He didn't get offended and do his own thing.
Paul was killing believers.
That's the worst
and he was accepted by the apostles.
Come on, man. When we say killing, it means he was putting them
He was putting them to death.
Because you had the statement that was made. The apostles, I did learn the truth from, but it's certain men, that's up there. Say no name.
Just be direct.
He don't believe is the man of the Lord.
Be direct.
So you don't think amongst the different believers, when Paul came into the mix, that they was like, nah.
Nah, you see what I'm saying? Like he was putting people to death.
He just killed this. He just
Come on, man. Things happen, bro.
He just deleted some niggas, man. Now he a man of the Lord. You know there was questions like, this nigga was just
I don't
killing
trust Paul.
Right.
You know that was behind like, what's up, man? No, just hold on.
He said I persecuted the church and wasted it.
But he was a man of the Lord.
But he repented.
And he was taught by Yahweh Shai, man.
He repented though.
Lord accepted him.
You want to know why? Because man's goings are the ways of the Lord.
So you don't think that these men that have labored for almost 30 plus years from their youth up until now, the Lord just set them up and these niggas are wicked? Come on, bro. Let's be true about this, man.
Yeah. JB reaching, man.
You are Stretch Armstrong out there,
That's
with
it,
man.
yeah.
That's my nigga from
Fantastic.
Fantastic Four.
Straight up, man. Guys be tripping, man. But it is what it is. It's all for the sake of the story of the Lord, man.
Because we didn't see it before.
We done heard these same arguments before, man.
And it's
The
played
biker jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, always trying to find
And these same spirits that was on guys that fell out, it's on these today that fell out.
And you know what?
It's the same demons.
You know what I peeped, that the spirit just made me think about. Apostle Paul is used as a tenant to weed out a lot of these niggas, man.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of things that, his name, Spirit, is just that. Apostle is a lively spirit, so certain things that he does, it rubs Jake the wrong way, and they'll allow that to make them pretty much look at the truth in a bad light.
The Lord is using him to try to.
Hey, being a part of this truth, you got to be able to deal with different personalities, man.
It ain't meant for the weak.
Hey, the scripture says you're going to have some spirits that's forward, Some spirits that gentle.
You're gonna get offended.
Yeah.
You're gonna be tight. You're gonna be tight on brothers, man. But you gotta be in the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah to work that out, man.
We're in the flesh, man.
That's it.
That's what a king and a priest would have to deal with. You don't have to deal with that if you're planning to establish, be a part of that house of David. These are the things that the Lord is putting us into a situation.
But at the same time, you actually got to apply the scriptures too, man.
I was about to say that.
You got to gird up your loins. All these different things are different accounts in the scriptures that you should be looking at and holding yourself to that standard.
Yeah.
Offense is going to come, different things are going to ruffle feathers, but don't let that discourage your faith.
Yeah, whether you agree or disagree. Right?
Keep pushing. Paul and Barnabas, they separated, but did that discourage them from keep pushing the
I'm
word?
tired of hearing that. I'm tired of hearing
weak ass account, man.
That's
of them niggas.
the excuse that everybody always run to when they leave GMS. Well, Paul and Barnabas, they split, so why can't I do my own thing?
Yes.
Hey, me and Tasman was just talking about this.
Sit your ass, man.
And everybody can't be Barnabas.
That's right.
Some of you niggas is demons. Right? You look at Demas, that nigga Demas just left and went back into the world, man. Like, he was doing the work with Paul, right? But he said, I was abandoned by demons. So it's less Barnabases out there.
Yeah, don't let that Paul Barnabas split doctrine get you destroyed.
That was a one-time thing. That was a one-time thing, man. That's not the case for everybody, bro.
It's not.
Just to line back off, that was ordained through the Lord.
Thank you.
That. But now, in these times, the Lord has ordained, or through the Spirit power down by Shema Shah, what? All you affiliate camps, right, that's out there teaching to come to the end.
But at the same time, it was one Barnabas, right? So that ain't just all of you Barnabas. So no, it was one Barnabas, and it was one Paul. That means Paul is back and Barnabas is back. That means all you can't be Barnabas, just split because you feel like it.
Jake be looking for shit.
Yeah.
All of them call themselves King David.
Yeah.
This King David, that King David. I'm King David.
To do according to his will. So all you individuals that just don't want to listen, you just wicked as hell. Period.
It's a nigga.
Period, man. You know, the order was given.
Hey, you ain't the only brother that's been offended too.
Yeah.
Jay gotta stop acting like that.
But you gotta repent, man. You gotta rebuke that demon that's on you, man. That ain't nothing but a weak. That's why the Lord said what? Cast away that weak nature, man. That's a weak ass, effeminate nature. You gonna get offended, but as a man of the Lord, you gotta apply the scriptures.
Brothers gonna get on your damn nerves. It happens, man.
Hey, but like you said, that's a feminine spirit. Only women hold pressure.
Yeah, that's a woman.
Oh, he says he cut me off last week.
Backfire.
All that little weak feminine shit, man. Get that shit up off you, Jake.
I got a quick precept. This is James chapter 4, verse 1 in the NLT. What is causing the quarrels and fights among you? Don't they come from the evil desires at war within you?
Yeah. And that's a lot of you Jakes, man. You already battling demons, but you don't know how to fight it, man. You got a lot of shit going on, but you don't know how to basically apply the scriptures to uphold and cast that shit down. So you push that bullshit up on the camp that give you excuse to go and do your own thing, man. Because you battle your own demons, man.
The biggest battle is yourself.
Yeah, that's why the scripture says, examine thyself daily, man. At least you be a reprobate.
2 Timothy 2.
None of us are exempt from being tried by the Lord. All right?
That's why
Through Satan, man.
Yeah, that's why the Lord said, think it not strange. Don't think it's strange. The Lord was tried, man. The Lord was tried. Satan was tempting the Lord, man.
He was at his weakest state.
He was at his weakest state. But what happened when Satan left, man? The angels came to minister to him and build him back up, man.
And
So
look,
what more so us in these times we in, man?
and how that's being done now, all right? When brothers go through certain, thoughts, hey, that's why there's videos for every situation. You go on YouTube, the Lord always direct a video and it'll boost your spirit back up. Are we not angels in the flesh?
And that's why the Lord said what? He left us with a comforter.
Yeah.
He left us the scriptures.
Yeah.
Because he said, lo, I come in the volume of the book is written of me. So he left us Yahweh Shah here. This is him, the comforter. The body is right here to guide you and comfort you when you're at your lowest point. Man. Come on, man.
And that's why we read in Luke 22, when it says that Satan hath desired to sift you as wheat, it says in the NLT, he asked the Lord if he could sift you as wheat, because he sees something in you that might be able to be overtaken.
He see a chink in the armor, so to speak.
Like I said, it's like a shark.
Yeah.
It's no blood in the water. He goes in for the kill.
Like, Lord, let me get him. You know?
You are Joe.
See, it's always something going on. You see, the Lord is,
pushing crunch on sickle season, man. It's like a tree. The Lord is shaking that tree off, and a lot of you pieces of bug out are falling and hitting the damn ground, man.
Falling upon stony ground, man. That's why the Lord said, look at the integrity of Job. You gotta look at the account of Job. Job was at his weakest point, man. And Satan desired to take Job out. But at the same time, Job kept his integrity, man. He kept the faith, man.
That following verse, the Yahushua tells Peter that he's prayed for his faith.
Yeah.
You know? So if you try to lean into these matters, that the Lord is throwing these tests at you on a carnal way, it's not going to work. You're going to continue to lose these battles.
Yep.
And Satan going to continue to focus.
Proverbs 3 and 5, man. Trusting not in our own heart, but lean not on our own understanding, but trusting the Lord with all our heart.
Yes.
And that's what a lot of you jakes do. You lean on your own understanding. Instead of going to the scriptures and applying the scriptures, you leaning on nigga shit.
This how I see it. I
don't see it like that. That brother, hey man, come holler at you. Hey, I'll show you. You know that brother thick. Hey, all that little weak nature shit, man. The Lord ain't with that shit, man. And that's why a lot of you guys is getting weeded the hell out at the right time.
Scripture say make amends with your brother.
Exactly, man.
Before the sun go down, roughly paraphrase, something like that, right?
Let not the sun go down.
Yeah. Make it right, man.
Real quick, this is Matthew 18 and 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
Yeah. So if you get offended by a brother, hey, you call that brother up and talk about it, man.
Yeah.
You ain't got to broadcast that shit amongst everybody, but that's what a lot of you jakes do, because you like drama. You got that nigga woman spirit on you, man.
Even within that situation, the Lord gives order as to how to go about that situation.
If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. But if he will not hear thee, then take with thee one or two more, that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every word may be established. And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church. But if he neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee as the heathen and a publican, which is why, like you said, the order and how things are done. You think by the time that Great Millstone put somebody on blast, you don't think that we've done the necessary discourse to that individual, make sure to try to bring him back?
Yeah.
And if he didn't get right, that's when that video goes out. It's like the one pop outside. It's funny, it's like every time I see that orange or blue stream, somebody got fucked up or getting beat. Yeah. You know, but that brother is put on blast, unless you know, like, look, he's communication with this man, he's no longer communicated in the body.
Yeah.
You know, he's communication, he's not right.
But like we said, we go through the right protocols before they even take place.
Right.
So it's no excuse for your niggas.
Because like you said, it's will come.
Exactly.
2 Timothy 2, and I'm starting at verse 22. It says, flee also youthful lust, but follow righteousness, faith, charity, peace with them that call on the Lord out of a pure heart. Follow youthful lust, holy righteousness.
That's right.
That's no kid shit.
Yeah. That's a weak nature, man.
It's really, that shows you that you ain't in the right spirit. As I said, when you look at children have disagreements, they can get into it, but then they right back to it.
They right back. My sons do that all the time, man. One might get slapped against the head or anything. They say no, they right back playing and doing everything else like he just didn't get slapped.
That's why Yahushua said, be ye of the truth.
Yeah. That's the spirit you're supposed to be in, man. But a lot of you jakes, man, you like to hold grudges. You like to bring up certain things that offended you instead of talking to your brother, man. And that's why a lot of the Most High use them examples to weed a lot of you niggas out.
Right. It says, foolish and unlearned questions avoid, knowing that they do gender strife. But unto the servant of the Lord, must not strive, but be gentle unto all men, after teach patience and meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves. If the Most High peradventure will give them repentance to the acknowledgement of the truth, and that they may recover themselves from the snare of the devil, who are taken captive by him at his will. For then, the Lord pretty much, allow certain situations to happen. But it's our job as prime scripture to try to reconcile the situation so that there's no schism in the body. This is what you niggas are bringing when y'all doing these different videos and shit like this. Everything that he's done is going peaceful order, and also everything is going perfectly together, the same mind, the same judges. So you guys that just don't want to come under the order, man,
just do us a favor and stop giving double honor.
Because essentially what they're showing is you're not a part of the body.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's right.
Watch Jake try to act like double honors ain't important.
I got it. Well, like I said, if you are so gung-ho about that, and stop giving the order, and stop giving the double honors, then we'll see if the true followers, if they still don't run it. A lot of you niggas is YouTube. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 33, and it reads, "For the Most High is not the author of confusion." So all you individuals that's confused about what the hell was said, the Spirit of the Lord ain't dealing with you, man. Period. I'll read it again. 1 Corinthians 14, 33. "For the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints." You see that? So, got an issue, you just don't like what the hell was said, you act like you didn't hear what was said, if you just don't want to come under the orders, man, that was given, right, by our apostles, again, the Spirit of the Lord is not something at all. The Lord is not about confusion at all. I normally do it two drop of rules.
So it's Ephesians 4:26. Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. Now when you read this in the NLT, it says, "Do not sin by letting anger control you." Don't let the sun go down while you are still angry, for anger gives a foothold to the devil.
What's going on? Guys are being controlled by anger, man. I can still mad about shit, still harboring shit.
Yeah, but that ain't nothing but a spirit that's on it.
Right.
The Lord let that spirit get up on them to test their integrity.
You ain't the only one that been mad about some shit, man.
Yeah.
You ain't got to cut that out.
Shit, we've been in the faith for almost 10 years.
10, 11 years.
But we don't let them offenses overtake our judgment.
Things happen.
Things is gonna happen.
But you pray, how about try to rectify, man, that you back on good terms with the brothers.
That's right.
The brothers is all we got, man.
That's all.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I need every last one of these brothers out here, man.
Likewise.
Don't get it twisted, man. I'm nothing without the brothers, man. And the brotherhood, man. Brothers be coming through. Right? Brothers ain't like these niggas in the world that'll leave you out to dry, man. That'll leave you hanging, man. Brothers be there, man. On some financial shit, on some just counsel shit that you're going through in life, everything, man. Health tip, man. Brothers is solid, man. Brothers is wise, intelligent. You know what I'm saying? Brothers is all that, man. Let's keep it real, man.
Because it's different. We're all different.
Different lots.
We're different lots, man. We're different parts of the body, man.
It is what it is, man. That's right, And we gonna need each other when this shit go down, man. That's right.
Let's communicate yourself if you want to. That's your loss.
That's it.
And so we pray that lessons edifying through the Spirit and power beyond Hashem Yahushua. We want to close by giving all praises, glory, and honor
to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, Hashem Rakakodash.
And double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who grew well. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.